الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. نريد الشريف together. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولنبلونكم بشيء من الخوف والجوع ونقص من الأموال والأنفس والثمرات وبشر الصابرين. صدق الله العظيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. All praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has once again blessed us with an opportunity to frequent the masjid. Not only that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with safety in a week where we have seen a lot of destruction around the world for our fellow Muslim brothers and sisters. It is a reminder from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that one day we all might be completely fine and safe, and the next we never know what is going to be the case. And it is a time for us to reflect on the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with regards to the things which happen throughout the world. For example, this is a natural disaster which has occurred, and scientists will say that the earthquake happened for this reason and the flood happened for this reason. But as a Muslim, of course there are other reasons, but we know it was the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So no matter what scientists may have came up with, or what the earthquake experts might have said, they would have had absolutely no power to stop what was meant to happen. A question is always asked, that this world that we are living in, why is there so much trouble? Why is there so many difficulties and issues and problems? And Allah mentions in the Quran, وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ. That sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will test us بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ, with something which might cause us fear, وَالْجُوعِ, maybe hunger, وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ, that things of wealth may be decreasing, lives may be taken, والثمرات, and fruits might be left as well. وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ. And the glad tidings and the good news are for the ones who are patient. So this is one ayah which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions. And the thing to understand from this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to realize that we are not in control of anything. Insan does not control anything. No matter how many scientists come up with new things, and we are living in an age, in a time of technology as well, where there are so many great things that are always being found out every single day, that this is new and that is new, and the medical field, they are finding so many things all the time to make our lives better. But there are so many things which we do not know, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows everything. And Allah knows the reason for everything. In another ayah, in Surah Mulk, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, الَّذِي خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ وَالْحَيَاةَ لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. That Allah created life and death so that again we can be tested. Tested in a way that we see who from amongst you will do the best of a'mal. This is also something which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to think about, to realize that yes, we are in the dunya, but we are in the dunya for a purpose. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants each and every one of us to know that, oh insan, you cannot control anything. You do not know anything, you are in charge of nothing. You might think you are able to do something, but if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not want you to do it, it will not be possible for you to do it. And if every single scientist in the dunya over the past week came together and wanted to stop a flood or an earthquake, it would not have been possible. Because this was the will and the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And last week, all of those thousands of people who were alive, today they are no longer here. They are no longer here. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive each and every one of them. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to raise their rights. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant each and every single one of them the status of a shaheed, which of course definitely they will get, because they have passed away in that situation. Not only that, we remind ourselves, what is the reward for a shaheed? A shaheed is that before the blood of theirs has even touched the ground, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives each and every one of their sins. So we might think it is troubling. Yes, it is troubling. It is distressing. This dunya is not meant to be perfect. Everyone is not supposed to get what they want. This is not Jannah. And there are all these things that they happen. It is a reminder for us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the best of all planners. وَمَكَرُوا وَمَكَرَ اللَّهِ. We will always plan something. Allah is the best of planners. وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whatever He wants to happen, it will happen. And each and every one of these thousands of people who have left the dunya, who have passed away, inshallah they will be in Jannah. They have done their part. They have done what they had to do. Allah showed His mercy upon them, and many families have been wiped out. Many families have been wiped out. There's nobody left from that family. And who knows, maybe tomorrow that could be us. But again, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for salvation. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save us from all of these difficulties. So this is an opportunity for us. The way that the dunya works, the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes everything work, is there's nothing new that happens. Everything that is happening now, these things, they happened in the past as well. And the reason why these things happen again and again is so it can be a lesson for us. It is a lesson that what can I take from the things which are happening around the world. This natural disaster might have happened thousands of miles away, but what can I learn from it? And these are the same things we will keep on going back to again and again. And Allah wants us to understand, oh insan, you control nothing. You are a tiny little thing in the eye of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah doesn't need anything from us. We need Allah. We need Allah's protection. We need Allah's help. We need Allah's support. And the more we turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of course the better our life gets. And again, when do we turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? This is the question. Should we only be turning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when we are in difficulty? That Allah has put us in a situation, Ya Allah, I need your help. Help me. Of course Allah will help us if He wants, if He wills. But even when things are going good, when we have blessings in our life, when life is good, when life makes you happy, even in those times, to remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And to always have hope in the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the forgiveness of Allah. As insan, we are always in doom and gloom, and things are not going right, and some kind of issue going on somewhere. But sometimes look at the glass half full. Think of the goodness which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with. That we have Iman. Allah has given us the kalimah. We have Iman. And alhamdulillah, many of those, I'm sure, who passed away during the week, they would have had Iman as well. And they would have remembered Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in those moments. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed mercy upon them, and they are now in a better place. And their test is done, it's finished. There's nothing more that they can do. But we are still here. And we have to realize that one day we will feel the same fate. Of course, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save us from disaster. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us a good death. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us death on the kalimah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us death in Medina. Yes? 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 Yes, please. We want to be buried in Medina, inshaAllah. Inshallah. See, these are the things that we have to be asking from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya Allah, I want a good death. We can't say, Ya Allah, I want to live forever. If we could make that one, we would do that one as well. But we know that one's not going to happen. So the thing that is going to happen, we ask for the best of that. We know that one day we will leave the dunya. Ya Allah, we ask of the best of that. These people, they got the best. It may have been a difficulty, a trouble, but they're all, think those families that have all gone, they're all there together. All there together, waiting, happy with a smile on their face. All shaheed, shuhada. And this is where to understand that this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sometimes, question again, why is there difficulty? Why is there trouble in the world? Why is, the question is always, non-Muslims like to ask a lot. If there was a God, why do children die? Why do babies die? If there was a God, why is it not sunny all the time? If there was a God, why do we go through so many troubles and problems? Again, because this dunya is not meant to be perfect. We are supposed to be tested. And this is a test again and again and again. What happens when a young child, when a baby dies? It wakens up those parents. And it helps them to hopefully turn back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they realize that what was that short amount of time that they spent in the dunya, this was again, the reward. When we look at the one whose children, they pass away at a young age, those children themselves, they will be waiting at the gates of Jannah. And they will go running and they grab the hands of their parents. That because of that test that they went through, because of the patience that they had within the dunya, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward them through that. And so to never think that why did Allah put this on me? Why did Allah make this happen? There's always a bigger picture. There's a greater wisdom out there why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes things happen. So when we go through difficulties, the question should never be, Allah, why me? But look at the other side. What lesson is Allah trying to show me from this? And this lesson that we are taking from this week's things is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in charge of everything. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves each and every one of us. And Allah wants every one of us to be successful. Those that are sitting in the masjid, those that are outside of the masjid as well. Even those who have not believed yet. Allah wants them to be successful. The question is whether do they go to Allah or not. So we have to always be taking that step towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That very easily, from those thousands of people that passed away, there will have been many from amongst them who might not have even turned to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala once. They may have just been so busy with their own lives, it's okay, when I'm older I'll do whatever I need to do. Who knows what kind of different people were amongst that group. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showered mercy, His mercy upon each and every one of them. Every single one of them will be in Jannah because of what they went through. That one moment of difficulty, just imagine being in an earthquake. The whole ground is rumbling. The building is falling apart. and it falls on top of a person. You know, I read one story. There's a son who he had to choose between his son and his parents. So the father was sleeping. So this is from in the mountainous areas. So the father was sleeping, and while the earthquake was happening. So the mom, of course the son said to the mom, come, let's go. But she said, no, I'm not going to leave without my husband. So she goes back to go and get the husband. And the other side is the son. So the father, he grabbed his son and he ran out. And by the time he was able to go back for his parents, it was too late. Later on in the article it says that he went inside and he could see his parents were there and he had passed away. And that he had to pull his own parents out, but it was too late. Imagine those that were in the flood. Big, huge waves of water coming, destroying, destruction, everything, everywhere. That 1 second, you don't even have time to think about what is going on, what is happening. But, so it just shows the true reality of life. We don't know, one day you are here, one day we are gone. And it's an opportunity to remember that we get so engrossed in the dunya. And a person thinks, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, all of these things. Nobody is guaranteed the next day. And we are planning 10, 20, 30 years ahead, this is how I would like it to be. And then we completely forget about the akhirah. Remember, Allah loves each and every one of us. And Allah wants us to be successful. Successful is not the one who has the biggest house and the biggest car and the biggest bank account. Allah mentions in the Quran that the one who has saved himself from the fire of hell, the one who saves himself from the fire of hell, faqad faz. He is the one who is successful. He is the one who will get everything that he has hoped for and wanted. So, yes, the things which have happened during this week, it brings a tear to our eyes. It brings the harsh reality to our eyes. But that doesn't mean that we lose hope. It doesn't mean that we become despondent and we forget about everything and we sit in a room and become depressed. This is also not what our deen teaches. Our deen teaches, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions, قُلْ يَا عِبَادِيَ الَّذِينَ أَسْرَفُوا عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ لَا تَقْنَطُوا مِنْ رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ لَا تَقْنَطُوا مِنْ رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ. Do not become despondent of the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَغْفِرُ الذُّنُوبَ جَمِيعًا. Allah forgives each and every one of your sins. You might have the greatest bank account of sins, but Allah's forgiveness is even greater. Allah will forgive, and Allah will continue to forgive. So we do not want that a day comes. We do not want a situation where we are in the middle of a disaster and we haven't yet asked for Allah's forgiveness. We do not want any situation where Allah is displeased with us. Remember, Allah will never stay displeased with us. Never. Allah is waiting for the opportunity. Allah is waiting for that opportunity where we turn back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ask for forgiveness. Ask for Allah's mercy. Say, Ya Allah, I made a mistake. Ya Allah, I am happy with whatever decision you make for me. And whatever it is, I know each and every single person here, every one of you will be going through something. Everyone is going through something. We all have issues, whether it might be financial, whether it might be medical, whether it is anything at all. Something is always bothering us in our heads. Because this is how the dunya is. There's no such thing as perfection in this dunya. But just understand, take this away with us today, is that Allah knows what is best for us. And like I mentioned in the beginning, I'll read the ayah again. وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ. Sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will test you. بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ. Something out of fear. وَالْجُوعِ. Sometimes people will go through hunger. وَالْجُوعِ. وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ. the losing of wealth. The losing of wealth, which happens to everyone. وَالْأَنفُسِ, the losing of lives. People, they will lose family members. Everyone has lost a family member. Many people have lost their parents. Many people have lost brothers and sisters. And also many different family members. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive each and every one of them. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive all of those parents who have passed away. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant them Jannatul Firdaus. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to fill them Qabr with Noor. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us to do those deeds and acts which will be a means of sadaqah jariyah for our parents as well. To remember that, this is one thing which the bank account will never finish, it will not close. Any goodness that you can do for your parents, you yourself can be a goodness for your parents. Every good deed that you do, it will be a reward for them. Because you are their kids. So as much as we do, it is only going to benefit them. And we want to do whatever we can to benefit. Remember, the treasures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are endless. So بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ. Even the losing of lives, which has just happened this past week. وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ, and any other fruits and foods which a person can lose. وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ. This is the lesson we are taking today. وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ. That the glad tidings and the good news is for those who are patient. When something bad happens, we say Alhamdulillah. It could have been worse, but Alhamdulillah. The whole of Morocco could have been wiped out. The whole of Libya could have been wiped out. But no, Alhamdulillah, there are still people there. There are still those who have been saved. There are still those who are not. Because of the whole country not being wiped out, what happens? There's others, the rest of the country, now they will stick together. They will stick together and they will help each other out. Which brings me to the other point. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned in the hadith, al-mu'minuna karajulin wahid. That the whole of the Muslim ummah should be like one body. When one ummati is going through difficulty, each and every single one of us should be feeling that difficulty as well. And this is what we feel as Muslims, that because of what's happened so many thousand miles away, it feels we have an issue, we feel it. That this should not have happened. Well, it did happen, but we try our best to do whatever we can. And of course, everybody is always asking, what can we do about it? We're so many thousands of miles away, what can we do? The greatest thing that a person can do is to make dua. Make dua for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He eases the troubles and the difficulties that the people are going through. You make it easy for all of them in whatever way possible. Again, we think of those families have been wiped out. Those whole families have been wiped out, and usually there's a few who are abroad. One or two of them will be abroad. Imagine what those family members are going through right now. They might be in the UK, they might be in America, wherever they might be, but they have nobody to turn to but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So imagine all of the difficulty that they have went through. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give all of those people sabr and patience as well. Ameen. And the second thing is, of course, is we can donate. We can donate generously, inshallah. All of the collections which we will be taking today will be for the people of Morocco and Libya. Hopefully that the funds, they will go and help each and every one of them who are going through difficulty. So everybody is requested, if we can, donate as generously as possible. Whatever you can give. And inshallah on the Day of Judgment, this will also be a means and a sadaqah jariyah for us. That there's a hadith Qudsi which has been mentioned. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will speak to the servants on the Day of Judgment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say that, I'll just take that one part of it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that I was hungry and you did not feed me. I was thirsty and you did not feed me. I was in need of help and you did not help me. The person will say, Ya Allah, you do not need food, you do not need drink, you do not need any help. You are our Lord. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will then say that there was this one servant of mine. There was this one nation of mine who were in need of help. If you had helped them at that moment in time, you would have found me there and you would have gained that reward. And this is the opportunity that we have right now. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving us that chance that whatever we can give, whether it is 1 pence or whether it is hundreds of pennies. Yes, Ahmed? Whatever we can give, we just do it with ikhlas. That Ya Allah, this is for your pleasure, because it is your command. You have asked that whenever we can to help, we are going to help. And the bigger your intention, a person, recently we read a hadith. We read a hadith that the most beloved person, the one who gets the most reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is the one who has been blessed with the most money and the most knowledge. Because of he has so much knowledge, he uses that money in the best ways. So this person gets the best reward. The second person is the one who, he has been given so much knowledge. He has all of the knowledge, so he knows all the right things to do. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not blessed him with the wealth. But he says, if I had the money, these are the things that I would do. I would do this, and I would do this, and I would do that. So the reward here, that second person will get the reward, exact same reward as the one who is the first one. The one who is giving all his money and doing it in a good way, because the second one, he doesn't have it, but he had the intention, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant him the same reward. So this is where to have yaqeen, have conviction in the words of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Have conviction in the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that giving your wealth in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it does not decrease. It will never decrease your wealth. Instead, it will be a means of goodness for you in the akhirah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help the people who have been troubled over this week. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive all of those people who have passed away. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to raise their rights. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give and grant sabr to all of the family members that have remained behind. If you can just move forward.